Hey guys, it's Destiny, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about my updated release plan for Honkai Star Rail. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So Honkai Star Rail recently had a live stream where they revealed a good amount of information, such as which characters we're getting in patch 1, how the game functions as a whole, and all of that good stuff. And it also told us how much currency we'll be getting in patch 1, which is 80 pulls from what it seems, which I think is kind of okay, but kind of not okay, just the fact that that does not hit a pity. So you might have to get really lucky, or if there's other ways to get currency in the game that is not mentioned or included in that patch 1, you get 80 pulls, then there is that to also consider. But for my release plan, I decided to make an updated video because I do have a video on my channel where I basically talk about what I plan to do when I get the game, and I have another idea of basically how I want to approach the game, and I hope the information I tell you guys can also give you guys an idea of what you guys want to do. So let's get straight into that. So I saw that in basically the patches that there's going to be a patch 1 and essentially there's going to be 2 character banners. I pronounce her name like this because of the English voice actors in the game. I know in Honkai Impact it is different, but in Honkai Star Rail they pronounce it as seele for what people may call seele or seele, whatever it may be. But I'm just going to call her seele due to the fact that voice actors in the game call her that. So she's going to be the first banner of the game, and then following up will be Jing Yuan. Now personally, I actually want both of these and I'm likely will spend. However, Jing Yuan is actually more on my radar due to what he offers for the team. His damage output is really good, he's really strong. He has a lightning lord, which is essentially like a persona in my opinion. And overall, he's a really cool character and definitely a fan favorite of mine due to the voice actor, due to how he looks aesthetically and all of that. And I will be trying to get both of these characters, of course, but for Jing Yuan, I actually also plan to go for his light cone due to how much I feel like he offers for a team, and I just personally love his character and he's definitely one of my favorite characters. Additionally, if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to hit the subscribe button and let's carry on. What I did notice though is the fact that since we are only getting 80 pulls, I did talk about this in another video more extensively, but due to the fact that we have 80 pulls, we also have to be pretty smart with our currency in the game. So I definitely will be trying to hopefully get lucky. I mean, I can't ensure the luck, but I will try to be really smart with my resources in order to possibly grab that seele. But my main focus is definitely Jing Yuan. So if I don't get seele, it kind of would be, it is what it is, but I will likely have to unfortunately pull out the credit card if that doesn't happen. But Jing Yuan is definitely on my radar for the character I want. He is able to inflict damage on all foes. He's just a really powerful AoE user. As I've mentioned, he does a lot of damage output. Also, when the game does come out, I plan to try to make team comps that are primarily catered towards a character that I intend to pull for if possible. For example, there's going to be these 2 characters that will eventually be what I assume limited banners, which is Blade, which I know a few of you know of and are really excited for, and his name in the game, I believe, is Locha. A lot of you guys who have played Honkai Impact call him Otto, so I'm just going to call him Otto in this video since it's easier for me to say. But Otto and Blade would actually be an amazing combo, due to the fact that Blade actually sacrifices his health to do damage a lot of the time, so Blade is constantly self-draining his health. While Otto is able to with stacks, I believe that he gets the stacks from his ultimate and skill, but his passive allows him to create this sort of barrier thing on the enemy, where essentially when an ally attacks the enemy, they recover health back. So Blade is able to combo really well with Otto, and I think this is great since I know a lot of you actually like both of these characters, and I've discussed them a lot. But for a team comp aspect, if you know you want Blade, I would definitely also look into possibly pulling for Otto if you can and just saving for both of them, since they'll combo really well together. So overall with that, you would just mainly want to be able to plan out which limited characters actually go together and which limited characters are really worth it for your account. Since everyone will have different accounts, the beginner warp, where basically you spend 40 pulls to get your first 5-star, can definitely help with you trying to determine, okay, I would really like this character because my 5-star I received would complement this character very well, and they wouldn't be completely 2 separate teams, unless you do want to go the separate team route. It just depends ultimately who you get. If you get a character like Bronya or Balu, they likely can be on every single team, honestly, including Welt in that as well. So I think those 3, honestly, in my opinion, are my top 3 for wanting out of the beginner warp. And you guys can let me know in the comments down below which character you want the most from that beginner warp. But for me personally, it is Bronya, following up with Bailu or Welt due to what they offer team comps. Bailu is able to res a teammate if they faint. I believe this only occurs once per battle, but overall she's a great healer, especially to start the game off with. I'm sure in endgame aspects she'll be amazing as well. Bronya is able to increase the attack, the crit rate, the crit damage. He's also able to advance an action of an ally, which essentially means the ally is able to attack multiple times in a turn. Or if you pair her, for example, with Seele, you're able to attack a lot during a turn, assuming that you use Seele a specific way. And for Welt, he's able to slow down enemies, so your allies will be able to go in front of the enemies and basically attack before them. So Welt is amazing as well, and he's just a great debuffer overall. And all three of these characters, in my opinion, are very, very good to get from the beginner warp. And I would personally recommend, if you do intend to reroll, to do that. Since I do plan to reroll a bit, I'm hoping I get one of them. Personally, I want Bronya the most though, because she is one of my fan favorites. I just personally love how she looks. And I think she'll be great to have on the team, especially because she could be on practically any team as well. So I think she's really good. But yeah, what you guys will likely want to do is just, just look into what characters you want, as I've stated in my previous video. Look into what characters you want, just figure out what kind of team comp would work. I would just think of all the aspects of the team comp. You would likely want 2 DPS characters and then a healer and then maybe a buffer or a debuffer. It just depends on the team overall. And if you guys want a character like Kafka, I would likely say Kafka and Silverwolf could be really good together. But I know for a fact with Kafka, you'll definitely want a character called Shampoo. I'm kidding. His name is Sampo, but I got a comment calling him Shampoo. And the first time I also saw him, I called him Shampoo because it's one letter away from being shampoo. So can we just all unanimously call him Shampoo? I would like that. I'm just kidding around, you guys. But yeah, you would want Kafka and Shampoo together, since Shampoo is able to do a lot of DOT as well as Kafka. And Kafka is able to inflict more damage depending on how much DOT is on the enemy. So Shampoo and Kafka, amazing pair. So it's just things like that to consider, especially for a release plan if you guys do intend to think ahead. Okay, I want this character, so I think this character would be really good. Such as if you want Jin Yuan, you'd want to pair him up with Ting Yoon, which hopefully in the CBT3, they transfer the CBT3 banners to the full release, since Ting Yoon and Jing Yuan were on the same banner, and those two characters together are going to be incredibly powerful, since Ting Yoon is able to increase the overall damage, the attack, and the lightning damage of an ally. And what do you know, Jing Yuan is a lightning character who inflicts a lot of damage and can definitely appreciate those additional buffs. So those two characters are going to be phenomenal together, and personally I definitely want to create a team comp that has both of these characters. Also, if you guys want me to go more into detail about what type of team comps can work, I can definitely make a video for you guys about that eventually as well. Just let me know in the comments down below if you'd want that as well. But yeah, that's just some things that I'm considering going into the release of the game. Just to be really smart with my resources. Also, be wary of who I'm upgrading character-wise, since, upgrading materials are also limited. You can obviously grind for more in the game, but I would just like to be, I guess, as efficient as possible if I can, since if I know I'm not really going to use a certain character, I likely will not invest much into them, since those resources can be used for another character that I know for a fact I want to use. So yeah, it's just things like those to consider that I think will make the beginning of the game really smooth, and you will not have as many mistakes done, or rather things that you feel like, dang, I really shouldn't have done that, but it's kind of too late now. So yeah, those are just things to consider. I'll probably make another release plan near the game's release, just so if there is more information, I can full deep dive talk about that and then let you guys know this is what I intend to do. I hope this helps and all that good stuff. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, all of that. Leave a like, leave a comment down below which character you want the most, which character you really want to put together on a team, and more. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I hope all of you have a nice one. Peace.